Can I say, will everybody take two?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I want to make sure you have a good sense of humor about it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right.
And I'll say, please sign in. Like I did yesterday.
Yes.
Please, what, sign your name or sign in?
Please write your name so that, and tell me what you can see from there.
I can see
Yes.
you.
Yes.
I want to make sure you have a good sense of humor about it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to keep it normally.
Hi, my name is Lisa Atkinson from Naaman Forest High School. Please write your name so that, and tell me what you can see from there. Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. Why is it doing that? Oh, yeah. You can see me. Okay, you can see me, right?
Right now, I can't see
you.
I see recap, 2 participants.
Okay.
Is that us?
Yes.
So what is it called? Please sign your names so you can get your CPE?
Yes, so you can get the CPE link. Okay, hold on, Lynn, something's going on here. But I'm wondering, ask if they can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here we go. It says, please wait. It says, please wait.
I can see you from the shoulders up.
Come on, come on.
Call.
Okay.
It says end the other call.
Okay.
The other video call.
Here we go.
There we go.
Okay. Present to everyone. Hi, my name is Lisa Atkinson from Naaman Forest High School. Today, we will be visiting recap. Is it?
Looks like it's going. Nobody said anything.
Something. Okay, ask them if they can see me because for some reason, it says they're sharing, it's sharing my screen. Sorry, guys. Take 2. Our internet has been down today, and I think we're still having issues trying to come back up.
Sharing your screen with hangouts.google.com.
Okay.
Nobody responded.
Share. Okay. It's sharing. Hi, my name is Lisa Atkinson. We're going to try this again today. We're going to travel through recap. I'm from Naaman Forest High School, and today my moderator is Miss Luann Fines because my I3 partner is out, and Miss Shania Smith, and we're going to miss her, but we'll get through this. Yesterday, I think, was an example of frustration and operator error and maybe even some technical difficulties. But today we're going to be fine and we're going to get through this. And this is legitimately a recap of recap. So here we go. I feel like a lot of us use recap for an exit ticket because maybe we don't think that it goes into any more depth than that. Just maybe quick responses from students, whether it be chats or video. Well, recap is so much more, so much more. Teachers can provide feedback and offer an engaging approach to formative assessment and get students to explain their answers verbally while strengthening their language skills. I'm going to give everyone a second to log on to recap. And if you haven't already created an account, do it as a teacher. And you can see once you do that, this is the way your screen will look, what I've got up here. While you're doing that, I'm going to address some of the ISTE standards that this webinar aligns with, which are modeling digital age work and learning, and designing and developing digital age learning experiences and assessments. You can do with recap. The teacher can create questions that are typed or voice recorded. Choose how students will sign in. They can use a 7-digit alphabetical PIN or even an email address and password. Teachers can add up to 10 questions in a single assignment and ask for each one of those, ask those students to respond to each one of those questions with a short video, and we'll get into that. It's a way to build those relationships between school and families, because you as a teacher can share these responses with students' families so that they can see exactly how the student is doing. So the first thing you'll do, you'll see here's my cue, and I've played with this quite a bit. To add your cue, it's very simple. You just the plus button. Now remember, in recap, most everything is built around a question. So let's think of a topic. Okay, let's use digital citizenship. I always think that's a good one since I teach game programming and design and computer science. And sometimes my kids, they are programming or developing or creating, but they're really not chatting or discussing things with other students. So I like to ask them, what is digital citizenship? So then the cue will ask you what subject, and I'm going to select other just out of it's because I don't know what else to call it. And then it'll ask for a grade. I'm going to do 10th grade. So select my 10th grade. Well, come on. It will do it. It was doing this to me today a little bit. Okay, so it will say you have a selection, PIN or email password. The PIN seems to be just a bit easier for me because I'll show you why. Once I click add, okay, so here's the PIN that the participants will log in with to view the queue. The first thing you'll have is a question, but let's go to participants. And I'm going to add a participant. I would like to invite Luann Fines because she's my moderator and we're going to shout out to her for sure. Sometimes I feel like I've been told I'm really good at infomercials about the Instant Pot. So I feel like if I could talk about that, that'd be great because I'm really hungry right now. So who else could we add? Let's, how about Cyber Citizen? I bet. Let's see, Cyber Citizen. Okay, add. So I have 2 participants. Of course, in a class, we're going to have a lot more than that. So I'm going to go back to my queue because, as you notice, I've got what is he? I don't know if he's smiling or maybe an upside down smile. I wish he was smiling. You could add a question. Let's ask my class or my 2 participants, what is digital citizenship? Okay, so I will send that to the queue. This other stuff, well, first, make sure you spell check it, okay? You don't want your students to call you out in front of everybody for sure. But if they do, that's okay because they need to know we all make mistakes and we can accept their criticism without an issue. Believe me, I learn more from my students than I think I do from anybody. So I'm going to send that to the queue. So you'll see there's my question and that I posted it. And I do have this marked public, and let me explain why. When it's public, you are modeling appropriate, positive, online chatting and verbal communication. If it were to be private, everything that is good about a conversation, whether it be a chat or a video response, other students don't get to see that. They don't get to see that, hey, maybe I'm as nervous as other students. So it's a perfect opportunity to model those communication skills that keep it positive, and other students can also see that other students are maybe responding the same way, maybe have the same questions, and students can post questions also. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going, just so that you get to look to see what this looks like, I'm going to answer this question. What is digital citizenship? Let's say everything you do on the internet. That's actually your digital footprint, but let's assume I'm a student and this is what I'm going to say. So you see the green over here. This is just for the purposes so that you guys can see what your page would look like. It is very much like a Twitter chat, for example. However, it's a very safe place for your students to respond to your questions and to see other responses. Because what I would probably say to this, my response, everything you do on the internet, then a student might come back and say, well, wouldn't that be your digital footprint then maybe? And you can have that back and forth and keep it positive. Now, if I wanted to add another question, let's say, let's just go there. What does your digital footprint look like? Now, what's going to be different about this is that I'm going to use the video responses. Oh, sorry, I typed that too soon. Let's go down here. What does your digital footprint, there's a lag here, look like? Okay, so you see that I selected the green video responses, so it'll stack those video responses. Now I can ask up to 10 questions on this and ask for each one to be to receive those video responses back. Now, once you do that, you can select next, of course. Yeah, I have a lag here. It'll go as, come on, there we go. Okay, so assign to everyone or participants. If you assign to everyone, my students, Cyber and Luann, will both get the same question. You can also select participants, but then it's going to ask you which one, Cyber Citizen or Luann Fine. Because I want to remain public and I want to model appropriate chatting etiquette and appropriate responses, I'm going to select, come on, I selected cancel, but it's lagging on me just, oh, it says wait, so wait, we'll wait. Okay, so we have a little bit of issue there. So if you go back and you select everyone, that will go to Cyber and Luann, okay? Now, over here is where you select the time. How long do you want that recording to be? Guys, I'm telling you, 30 seconds doesn't sound like a long time, but for these students to speak on something that they're not sure about and maybe they're nervous about, 30 seconds is an eternity. So start out with your 15 seconds. You can select your due date. I'm going to say tomorrow. Well, we'll stick with the 20th. That's fine with me. And we'll send. Okay. Now what that did is it went into my queue, and Cyber Citizen and Luann Fines, my two participants, will individually record their 15-second response to what does your digital footprint look like. Now make sure before you really get into recap, or this is for any app, anything you put out there for your students, make sure that it's available on their iPad, because this is great for the iPad. This is great for any device, and it's perfectly safe because you're monitoring it. Okay, so here we are. This is what this looks like. Now you see my question here. That is the chat question, and it's in black. So I think of ink, so it's black. And then you think recording. If your teacher is asking for you to submit a video response, I think of the red button on my iPhone or on to click so that it will record. Okay. So there are a couple ways you can ask those questions. And like I said, you can ask up to 10 questions. Now, something that I would like to introduce today is the journey. This is where recap, to me, transforms into something much more than an exit ticket or a quick response for the students to say how they like something or why they didn't or what they learned from that. This is creating a journey, okay? Now you can start you can select Start Journey to introduce a topic. It's not a question, a topic. Digital citizenship, okay? I could create my own right there. But for the sake of time, over here in the right corner, click Discover. You can tell it's thinking on it. So what Discover is, it is where, or let's say a place, a location where educators and teachers have already created videos on cyberbullying, digital citizenship, even recap, all kinds of subjects, and I'll show you how that works. Teachers have already created these journeys, and you're saying to yourself, I'm still not sure what a journey is. Okay, a journey is a set of steps that you send your students on. You send your students on a journey, and basically you've included in this journey as many steps as you like, and you add on to that journey with any online resource. It could be a video, it could be anything online, because you can include those links. So here we'll search, and you can see there's just there, like me playing with it. Look at, these are journeys that teachers have already put out there for us to use. Don't reinvent the wheel. This is a great, I mean, well, let's trust each other, right? And if these teachers have already tried it and it has worked, then use it. It is out there. That's why it's out there. So you can even include several different parts to other journeys. For example, if I wanted to use this one for I know that she has 3 or 4 videos. Well, it's a 5-step journey. So there's 5 online resources that she has used here. I can use one of those. I can copy one of the links, and then I can go down here and I can use one of his steps. Mr. Brian Lamb, he's got 3 steps to his journey. Okay. So you just tell your students, let's go on a journey. This journey, digital citizenship. Make sure I spell it right. I don't know, for some reason my keys are, okay, so let's search for it. And you can see right here, you can do subjects and grades, all, and you can tell what I've already looked at. I've looked up several things, and you can save to your library. It's very easy. Okay, so I like this one. This is a 3-step journey. How can we be safe and responsible digital citizens? Or what is digital citizenship? Hey, wasn't that one of my questions? So one thing I think that's great about this, what is digital citizenship? I've already asked that question. I could have collected all my responses, whether it was a chat or video responses, and it will save in my queue. And then I can say, okay, you've all answered the question, but let's see what others think. What is digital citizenship? Because this might change someone's mind. So you see, here's the journey. Step 1 of the journey, you can tell there's 4 steps. Online resource from YouTube, online resource, and online resource. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to save to my library. Okay. But I'm saving all of this to my library, but I want to actually use that step 1 first, because sometimes when you're creating these journeys, start out with small steps I know we say that a lot, but you don't want to start out with a 10-step journey and the kids kind of get lost in it. So we'll just start out with a 1-step journey. And I like that first video. We just, for time's sake, I'm not going to watch it. I've probably already watched it, as a matter of fact, because I've been playing with this for a while. Okay, so click back into my queue of digital citizenship. I'm going to start my journey. I'm going to create my journey. Okay, I'm going to add the link that I just, okay. Now enter a question. Is your definition of digital, come on, I got a lag, citizenship the same as others? Okay, then if I wanted to, I could go down here, but I'm running out of time, and I would ask the question. Well, here, we'll go ahead. I can say, I'll record. It gives you 3 seconds. Hi, class. Now that you have answered the question, what does digital citizenship mean to you? Find out what you think digital citizenship is. Okay, so we'll stop. It's loading. So I'm going to come over here, short overview. What others feel. Or something like that. I'm kind of out of time here, and I don't want to miss just at least completing this journey. Okay, so my journey is one step for time purposes. But you can see, you can add any, you take it, I'll go small step, and then I don't want to add another step, but if I did, I would select add, and then I'll go down here and hold on, get out of that. And I want to select my, let's say, other, well, and then it won't let me select it. Which one, which grade, but here we'll, okay, so you get the point, and we'll save it for later right now, just because, like I said, I'm running out of town. But I hope we'll create a journey for your students, because it's a fun, inspiring way to engage your students in communication, whether it be chat or video responses. And it's a place where, in a queue, where you can save all of your students' work, their responses, how they answered a question the first day you asked, the first time you asked a question on recap, and you asked them to give you a video response. You can go back months later and show growth, especially through the video responses, because you saw me, I got all tongue-tied there when I was asking the question. You can share that with their families, so that the families can see that, hey, my computer science kids, they're starting to communicate with each other. And this is awesome, because you're not always going to be behind a monitor, and they're going to be learning the appropriate, positive way to communicate with each other, with their classmates, with their teachers. And to me, just opening up the chat and the video responses for these students, sometimes it just opens up a world that no one's ever asked their opinion, especially a video opinion. Yeah, we're asking these students for their opinions, and we're going to show them later on how much they've grown in just 12 weeks, 18 weeks by the end of the year. Okay, so that should do it for today. It went a lot better than yesterday. I think that we showed yesterday that sometimes technology doesn't always work out. Sometimes the operator doesn't always work out. But you got to plug through it and get through those humps, those lumps, and all that, and come out feeling good about it. And I do. I feel good about today. I would like to thank Luann Fines for doing this for me, for moderating for me at the last minute. Like I said, Shania Smith is my I3 partner, and I miss her, and I know we all miss her, and we're ready to have her back. What a strong, strong, strong teacher, and speaking of modeling and being an example for our students. She is definitely one. And Luann, thank you for staying till 4 o'clock and having to listen to me. And I hope that maybe you'll do it again sometime. So thanks, everybody. And before I go, I did make something I wanted everyone to see. Way to go. You've just been on your first recap journey. Next time, take your students. Recap is a great tool to model appropriate chats and video responses while building an environment of positive and engaging discussions. Follow me on Twitter at Lisa A. I Teach. Or you can email me at lkatkins@garlandisd.net. Well, I've enjoyed this journey. I hope you've enjoyed this journey. And take your kids on a journey on Recap. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now let me get.
Okay, well, nobody signed up or anything. So, but I put the link in. I don't know if I was supposed to, but I
Yeah, but
put the link in. I thanked you. You know, I said, can't wait to create a journey for my students. That's pretty cool. And then I said, I'm gonna put the link in, and I said, here's the link. And then
so no one, Brian or anybody?
no one came out there.
Huh.
I mean, I don't know what that means. Hopefully somebody was there. And then I said, thank you.
Let me see.
I said, thank you, Lisa. Awesome. Is there any way you can save this?
Let me see. It says, let me.
I thanked you and
This is.
well, it was a very good presentation. So I don't know, does it record?
Yes.
So people can get on and watch it.
Oh, here it is right here. Wait. Come on.
Does it record so people can get on and listen to it?
Yes. Oh, here it is right here. Wait. Yes. Oh, here it is right here. Wait.
Okay, so there you see it.
Please tell me it recorded the whole thing. Oh, here it is right here. Wait. Please tell me it recorded the whole thing. Oh, here it is right here. Dang.
Sounds like The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Okay, so it did.
It did?
Wait. I what,
How come we can divide it either way?
come on. It had to have because
What's this right here? Is that, that's really fun. This isn't it right here, is it? Same right here? And the key over here, so come up next,
Let me
says up
see.
next. We teach, revisit, rewind, with recap. This happens in 7 views.
7.
Yeah, it's over here saying up next, but I don't know if it's the one we just did.
Okay, let me get it completely out.
It was there for the whole time.
And I'm going to go to YouTube because it saves it. I will die.
Want me to click this one and see what it is? Or should I not do it?
Let me see. Hold
Hold
on.
chat thing still.
Let me see what's going on here. Google Hangouts.
Looks like maybe you're the only two participants.
Oh, I guarantee you Brian and them are watching. Somehow, some way.
It better be.
Okay, so let's go here. Okay, I'm going to go to my Creator Studio. And Brian didn't text me like it's not working, or normally he would be like,
Yeah, and when you say something, how like yesterday said hello.
yeah.
There's what I said, there's like pop-out chart.
Let's see.
That one you said you.
Oh, Lord. Why does it say live now? I am not live right now. Wait, there it is. Here. Let's see what a good job we did. Well, I guess I'm going to go click on the link.
You're gonna what?
See if there's a, because why would it say live now?
It didn't say live earlier?
Oh, wait, live now. I don't, this is.
Well, I think
Number-
I'll let you figure it out.
Okay, number one. Yeah, I think definitely. Number one, I'm just not used to using this. I think it,
I'm gonna sign out of here. Is that okay?
oh yeah. I just appreciate you.
Hopefully you'll figure it out. Should I shut you down over here? Or do you wanna
Yes.
stay on over here?
And it says it was 20 something minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it was going.
Like you saw it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's on there.
I saw the whole thing, you know, like,
Yeah.
you know, you arrowed her over and did this. It was interesting. It was very good. I learned a lot.
And they didn't say anything. No,
Nobody said anything. See, you can see that right there. Maybe there was something wrong on their end.
like you saw it, right? Yeah. So it's on there. I saw the whole thing, you know, like, yeah. 7 views.
Is that it right there, or is that a different one?
Who the hell knows?
I know I don't. Oh my God.
Here,
Well, we gotta go to. Oh, I guess I shouldn't. I don't know why. Is this thing been recording me all day?
No.
It didn't record my other story, did it?
Mm-mm. No.
All right. Well, listen, we do have a call.
Yes, we do. So just name
Is this
the
mine
time.
or yours? Oh, this is mine.
You name the time, the date, place. Girl, I'm there.
Okay. Thursday. We can make it Thursday.